I decided to make a quick video on my rear sway bar. I decided to fix the bushings that were in this side were just absolutely wasted, and it kind of shifted and was grinding against the tire. One of the bolts, yeah, kind of shifted and was grinding. I don't know what happened here exactly, so I'm going to replace all those. Another issue I see, and I don't know if this was part of it or not, but the part where it bolts to is getting a little bent, so I'm going to need to straighten these out. The other side is worse. I'll show you that one. Here's the passenger side, but you can see, yeah, it's definitely bent right here. I'm going to have to straighten all this out. I have not really tackled the rear suspension yet. I haven't rebuilt it yet, so I'm only doing this because the bushings just were completely worn out on the sway bar. There's one of the bushings. They were all pretty wasted. Like $8 a piece too. Ugh. In the assembly manual, they show the bushings. Looks like from the inside of the car, if there's a hash shaft down there, getting pressed from the inside out into both the sway bar and this bracket. Getting these bushings out, it's not super difficult. I basically bang out the center pin and get this rubber part out, and then I just kind of tap the edge to kind of loosen it up, and then I pry it out on that side. I'll use really a hammer and screwdriver for this. Have this, I don't know if you can see it, but the sleeve part still needs to come out. There it is. The new bushings have to be pressed in. 2 7/8 sockets seem to be pretty good on both sides for catching and sending it in. Let's see if I can get it in. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I may hit it one more time just to level things out, but that's about it. Sway bar is definitely, I need something for 2 hands for. I got this holding it up all the way up in the air with one hand, and I'll work the press with the other. Like I said, I may hit it again just to seat it. But that's pretty much about it. Trying to straighten this thing out without removing my trailing arm. Getting it a little bit. It's looking pretty flat now. I will probably straighten them out a whole lot better when I pull them off to rebuild them. Trailing arms. There it is, straightened out about as much as I can get it without removing it from the car. Kind of seems like the bar's a little bent. It's not quite the same, so I'm gonna try to straighten that out. There's all the pieces painted and ready to go. So I'm going to try to go by the book on this one, like I do for everything. This I don't see a line, so I'm going to assume, and not that it really probably doesn't matter, but the split is at the rear, so that's how I'm setting those up, just in the rear. All right, next I'm going to put on these brackets. It looks like the longer piece of this will go towards the rear of the car. I don't think there's any orientation on that piece there. Also, it looks like mine are slightly tapered there, so I'm going to put the bigger side up towards the bottom. Alright, here's the sway bar installed. I did put some grease in there, so it basically moves. There's that piece there with that end sticking out. Thought it looked weird, but over the directions here, you know, right here it's got an X and it says install with longest end protruding from arm as shown, so I guess it's right. Just seems kind of weird to me. Okay, it's time to put on this piece, which is here. This does have a comment Y, which says this bolt must be installed with head towards the center line of vehicle. So this bolt that goes right there, that's head, obviously, as the nut is on the outside, and it looks like down here to connect the bottom of it, they have the nut on the outside also, so I'm just gonna follow it the same way. I am putting grease on both the bushings before installing these screws. Okay, here it all is, all together again. I've only hand tightened these screws, so there's still some play in it. I think what I'm gonna do is, it says right here, well, 2 is 32 to 42 Newton meters, and both screws, that one and that one, get the same torque, you know, for those two. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower it, put the weight, the tires back on, car back on the ground, the weight on everything, and then I'm gonna torque those down to 32 to 42 Newton meters. It's kind of a broad range, so is what it is. Then I should be done. Okay, the car's back on the ground. There they are. They're seem to be okay. So now I'm just gonna torque them down to, I don't know. It says 32 to 42 Newton meters. I'm gonna do it 34, which is roughly 25 foot-pounds. I guess that's why they say put the bolts to the inside so you can actually torque them. So I'll be doing that one and the bottom one to about 25 foot-pounds. And that should wrap it up.